Well, hello again. Ramblin' Randy, down here in the deep piney woods of East Texas, trying my best to cover the southern perimeter. If you happen to be listening to this, I'm making this for the sole purpose of hopefully it will get to the people that you'll see on Twitter that I'll have to the little @ sign. I'm not into any of that stuff. The only reason I'm on the Facebook deal and Twitter is to get a hold of these people that I have the @ sign by. I'm a patriot. Been that way for a long, long time. And I'm an old hippie. Might as well let you know right up front. Let me get back to those people who might just be watching this show deal. Is that if you can get a hold of one of these people that have the little @ sign by, there's quite a nice little reward / tip in it for you. It would behoove you in ways that you can't even possibly imagine. Certain ones of them could really, really make things quite well in your life, and you might even be able to afford to get you some of that survival and preparedness stuff that you probably sitting around frustrated as all get out because you hear about it on every damn show, but you broke. Jesus Christ. I know how you feel. I've had an interesting life. I have to be able to experience what someone in the future that I may meet, I have to experience what it's like to be in their shoes. And I've been in some pretty serious ass shoes. I can guarantee you that. Anyway, if you happen to, I need help right now. Clock's ticking, and we have got a pretty sharp adversary. I know this adversary quite well. Quite well. I think that the little lady Tori knows the adversary quite well as well. Most everybody's learning about the adversary. See what the adversary is doing, and I'll share this with you. The adversary is between your damn ears. Just worse in some. And I'll guarantee you it was terrible inside of Amp Schmel Rothschild's head. His name was actually Bowers. But so just a little clue that even though I've got a southern drawl and might not carry myself quite appropriately from time to time, I didn't just fall off a watermelon truck and I got a plan. You know, first of all, you influencers that I call you, you can see it listed back there in the top back there. I'm pointing it, not like fake news. This is real news up along the top, those little red dots I'm going to be showing you in a minute. This is going to take about 30 minutes, possibly 45. But are you selling enough mugs, t-shirts, and hats and everything to really put energy in your tank, fuel in your tank? I don't think so. Not as you're shortchanging your damn self. And I'll explain that too, because these people out there that can't afford a hat, cup, mug, or go to some rally, they'd still like to support you. And you see, when people support, it's a fair exchange of value. You're going to catch on to why I got the nickname. Ramblin' Randy. It used to be Jedi back in the day. But it's morphed many times. So have I. So have you. And so I've run my race, so to speak. And I'm nothing more than a listener, just like everybody else. But see, these listeners, they're not able to engage. I'll just say it up front. The magic that I would be seeking to utilize would be the empowerment of people, not to use magic or a campaign, they call them, or a covert operation, dark op, whatever the hell. It's a damn con game from Jumpstart, but with a nice name, let's just call it black magic. They're using black magic. I don't use black magic anymore. No, painful. There's consequences to that shit. There really is. And I know firsthand. Got a lot of experience, but this is going to take a little time. And if you're looking to increase your, I don't want to say revenue stream, it's value. Your value. Everybody's got this money thing all. They've got this money thing all jacked out of shape. If someone is a good old person, damn good person, other folks are they're going, in a way, tip them for they're just a damn good person. They'll do anything in the world for you. You're that kind of person. And if there was more fair exchange of value going on out there, the world would be a wonderful place. I got a plan. But in order to implement this plan, it's going to take numbers, a lot of people, in order for it to be powerful. They got a lot of people. Every time you spend a damn dollar, you're throwing the kitty in the biggest MLM that's ever been created on planet Earth. And Mike Maloney, hell, they're hiding in broad damn daylight, and they throw up people like myself in damn jail if we don't do the right thing drilling the well. I know firsthand. And that's where I got my first experience with these people. I got set up on a foul water charge that led into the way they got rid of me is through mail fraud and hell. But it was because I was fixing to roll on Dow Chemical because the EPA just fined me a lot of money for this water deal, flooding a man's lake with salt water. And I see Dow doing the same damn thing. Well, doing something different, but in a creek. And I drive by and see the same EPA guy there. I went, boy, Dow's going to get their ass in trouble. But about a month later, come down the same damn road, I see 2 Dow trucks. I drive by slowly and I see that same damn EPA guy that busted my ass. I said, looky here. He's done gone rogue on the EPA. I'm going to roll on his ass. So I went into Baton Rouge and told what I saw, and about 3 weeks, a month later, you think SWAT's something nowadays, boy, they come through every door, window crack we had, took every computer, everything. What? And it was a weird chapter. Well, later in life, now that, my eyes are opened and I'm accepting the fact of what I'd been thinking all along, these are some crooked bastards here. I was set up, and Dow was the one that duked them. He greased them. I was in the oil business. I understood greasing people. Not killing them, but duking them. Dow done duked them, and they put me on ice. That's what happened to me. And a lot of other things that I had to deal with these people. Unreal. Rambling. But let me tell you how we win. I listen to y'all. I'm a listener. I am a listener. This is spawned because I'm obsessed with researching these people. I have a picture of Amschmel Rothschild on the damn wall. Now, as Rex Baird told me, don't get close to a lot of things. You done the last video I did, it was pretty hot. Come right out and said it. And I'm going to be soft about it. But I do have a damn picture of Amschmel Rothschild on the wall. And that son of a gun said one time, he said, I care not what laws the country writes. Give me control of that country's currency, and I control that country. And that guy long goes along there, and I started researching this cat named Eustace Mullins. Need to look him up. Eustace Mullins. He's gone now. And I met and became friends with G. Edward Griffin. Met him up at the Red Pill Expo up in Colorado. Told him what I was going to do. This has been a year and a half ago, something like that. And you would not believe, if you have a doubt in your mind, I don't know what that was. I hope to goodness it's still recording. Something strange just happened. I don't know whether to start over or what. It's still got about the right kind of time. Let's just roll with it, eh? That brings up another point, is that I don't know whether it's as I'm climbing life's ladder or what the deal is, but in the last 4 or 5 years, when everything has been getting real crazy stuff that's happened to me trying to pull this off. I've got a lot in this thing. A lot. We created another Facebook. We have it. I have the code, everything. And there's people on this call right now that participated in this tipping thing that we're doing to each other. Penny, nickel, dime, quarter. And we were going to be calling on you people, the people with the red dots up there. We were ready to call. My programmer, who lives outside of Minneapolis, who I had known for 12 years. We were up for about 2 weeks. And he posted something. Andy, you probably listening. Andy remembers. And it's about Hillary Clinton and them emails. And it was something somewhat truthful but derogatory in his eyes. He said, "Get that shit off my server." I said, "What?" He said, "We're not going to have anything like that on the server that I'm on. I can't have it. I can't be involved with that at all." I went, "Ryan, what the hell are you talking about, son?" Hell, I saw his kid get born 10 years ago. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, I'd spent everything to get this thing up and running. And he said, "Get it off there." It's 150,000 lines of code or more. What do I do? Email it to me? I didn't know what the hell. And so I went through a series of programmers. Now, Rex told me at the Leak Project, Rex Bear, he had a source, but it was not here in the confines of the United States. And this whole concept, it was given to me from the ambient, whatever you want to call it, Holy Spirit, ambient. Eric Pippin calls it the in-between, out there somewhere. And to be a custodian of this, but it is to be used at this moment in time to help Yellowhead and to help, and I don't want to say conservatives or any of that shit. I don't believe in any of that shit. It's either a fair exchange of value or it's not. And so if people were to utilize that as a litmus test, a barometer, a baseline of when they're saying this, that, and the other, it's not hard to figure out if someone's working for something and they gain value and energy. Energy is nothing different than money, and I'll explain that as well. And that's what they're after, is our energy. And the energy is created from thought. They want your energy. We'll talk about these things. A guy in the service trained me. Well, I not personally, but some of his training we call him DRAM, Dr. Richard Allen Miller. Whoa. And I was just a hippie trying to keep him carrying a gun, and I ended up in one of the most vicious groups of people on the damn planet because I was a springboard diver in high school. A long story. Whoa. And so anyway, life is like a box of chocolates, and so we move forward, but the system is designed to reverse fractional banking. I wrote a book in 2007. Hell, I didn't know I was going to be doing this right here. Wrote a book called Reverse Fractional Banking, A Fair Exchange of Value. It has a book on this. And I wrote another book by the name of Two Sides of Silence. You've probably seen it over there on Twitter. We'll get over there in a minute. I'm watching the clock. And get some coffee. Might be here a while. But it's going to be well worth it to you. You will not believe. I've run the numbers on you people. And Tori, she's always working. And y'all are always working. Black conservative patriot. We got a team here, people. All we need to do is collaborate. I think that, let me get down here in the corner and I'll just show you some of the stuff I put up on Twitter. Let me finish this story first. The whole deal is that it is to re-empower the people by reversing fractional banking. See, when Wilson, I know, I'm singing to the choir, but I'm just letting you know I'm not an idiot, okay? Been doing this 20 years, 20 plus years since I went by that Dow truck. I said, there's a rat in the woodpile here, man. Somebody, whoever driving this damn thing is a crook, and I want to find out who it is. And it comes down to that cheese. It comes down to the damn cheese. And the universe will put answers. Greg Braden calls it the Essene mirrors, living off the Essene mirrors. You know, where if you're sensitive to and watching, life will tell you. You'll see these, oh my God, I was just thinking about that. But if you stop at that very moment, these are things that I'll help people come along. It's taught to me. And you can get to where you can see beyond the headlights. And where I want to get everybody is to where we're all seeing, a bunch of us in coherent thought are creating beyond the headlights. And then they're driving into our shit rather than what's happening now is they got everybody fear-based. Damn it, what you thinking about? You know what I'm saying? I said that on a stage one day at a cannabis rally up there. I created a coin. We'll call it for CBD. And huge deal. And it's part of that movement. That was railroaded. That was railroaded because Randolph Hearst, he had all the paper mill factories in the whole damn country. And hemp held a constitution written on hemp. Not to get off into that, but, whoa, boy, you talk about a benefit. You can run a damn, Henry Ford made a whole damn car, the whole car. Maybe the block wasn't, but maybe it was, out of derivatives from hemp. Just like, the Carnegies did, or the Carnegies Rockefellers did for the oil deal. And then hell from the oil deal sprang the pharmaceuticals and plastic world. The Carnegie Foundation, son of a bitches. They'll go into every college and steal all our good people, and then they duke them real well, and next thing you know, they compartmentalize everything. The brains think they're doing everything good in the world, and they're killing us all. You got to be able to untangle all this stuff. And let me tell you this right now. I'm a listener, and I'm going to run through these people that I listen to. It's y'all. It's y'all. Now, again, if you just happen to be listening to this, again, there's a reward out on every one of these damn things except Rex Bear, Jimmy Church, Clyde Lewis, and a few others that I've actually traveled to over the last year and a half to meet these people. Tell them what I'm doing, and they all just get, hurry up, whatever, and they're getting tired of me going on their show and say it's going to be ready next month. And then have the damn, I can't go back on the show and say my programmer's Antifa. He told me to get out of there. And you should hear some of the other shit that's happened. But I'm here. And I'm not going to ring a bell. Okay? I'll go back in the mud flats before I ring that bell, before I give up on this deal. I have to do this. I ain't got any choice. I ain't got any damn choice. It will not let me go. So let's get into it. I'm here to help. And I'm going to give this whole thing. I'll teach everybody everything. The ambient told me, the river, which is what I call the in-between, the Holy Spirit, whatever, the river, told me I can't gain value from this unless I put value in it. And he's not talking about starting up money. He's talking about real value back into it. So I got to give this to y'all. I have to give it to you because we're going to be possibly rubbing a couple, making a couple ripples in the matrix. Can't come get anybody, include, me first, because I'm giving it away. I'm giving it away. I'm giving it away. Okay? And then any individual can utilize this to help save this country. And the way we're going to do it is a lot of these people up here have been demonetized, like Sean over at SGT. Got to sell some more mugs, got to go to get that TV channel and all that stuff, and revenue drops. And people are lazy bastards, and they don't want to put a damn penny in anything, and they want all that value for nothing. Austerity. We've got used to that shit. But what we need to get these people to doing is consciously entangling, because there's a spiritual axiom for that listener. Even if it's a damn penny that they give you, or a dime, or a nickel, or a quarter, they infuse their energy, stored energy, because it took their thinking, original source of energy, to be able to have the competence to be able to mop the damn floor, dig the ditch, or work on the brain. You know, it all started with the source energy. So when they take their stored value, which y'all call money, it's nothing more than a storehouse of that original energy that got you the brains enough to be able to mop the floor or do brain surgery, whatever you do. And then based on that, people will give you part of their stored energy because it has value to them. Well, the stuff you're listening to, these people I'm fixing to show you, is that has value. It is the principle that I'll be teaching everyone is that the Silent Supporters Society and a legion of other websites that I've got. I'm a website named Grayman Maniac. I'll grab it, but got a bunch of good ones. But it's the Silent Supporters Society because we are the voice of the silent majority. Not to get too far ahead of myself, but I'm into this for a different reason. I'm sick and tired of hearing in different states around the country that they're having problems with the Second Amendment, things like that, because some DA down there, they're voting down ballot. We'll talk about all that, because these people up there in these little, let me get down here. These people up here, all these YouTubers I'm going to show you real quickly, they themselves are the value creators, okay? They're the value creators. They're my influencers. Let me see if I can move this down just a little bit. And again, I clicked on something. We might have a problem here in just a minute. I need supervision. This is my Twitter, okay? This is my Twitter. I was talking to you earlier about collaboration. This is what I don't know what happened if I click on this thing. Let's click on it and see. I did. That thing right there. By God. See, that is an Essene mirror. That is that when I was thinking about this earlier, I had no idea that this was going to pop up, and it shows up right now. And at this moment, what you do, here's a little class 101, is you stop. And you give gratitude for being a co-creator in the manifestation of whatever just happened that you were thinking about earlier. What happens then, pray tell, Rambling, is that where attention goes, energy flows, and that's the seed of manifestation. Oh my God. The woodchuck or the redneck is starting to go esoteric on us. No, not really. Not really. It starts to be common sense after a while, once you see it. Okay, what we need to do, all these collaborators, these influencers up here, they are all fishing out of the same pond, okay? Because they have to keep energy in the tank to keep things going, and most of them come on about the same time. What we need to do, and every one of them says what we got to do is get together and love to listen to, quite frankly, you know, is he not interesting? Is he not interesting, quite frankly? If you hadn't listened to Quite Frankly, you'll see him pop by here. You got to see him, and it was probably a damn one of those auto responder deals, but I got on his little subscriber star or whatever it's called. See, that's the genre that we'll be in. It's like Subscribe Star and PayPal, Spotify, all that. But they can't compete with us. Why? Because we don't charge any fees, and it's all free, and it's a damn tax-free gift. Oh, Jesus. Crosshairs. And so, but it's all, I've asked three tax attorneys, you know, the whole bit. It's just the only reason that we don't save our country is we don't utilize the tools that's been given to us. I'm giving this away. Okay, so what we need to do is collaborate. All of these people, they need to be able to receive a fair exchange of value, even if their content is brought to our social platform that we will have in the future. See how I put everybody on here like this? This is just a very short few of them. I'm not doing that just for giggles. I'm doing it to message them. They're my influencers. When I'm out there voraciously researching, up to this point, just probably throwing it into the wind, because they get so many. Because I had my own shows back in the day. And so Jibber Jabber with Jedi. And it was so fun. But I send these things to them. Now I'm talking to you. Hopefully you will have opened this, one of you people, and that you will understand that I'm here to help. I'm here to help those problems that you have that require energy. Remember what energy is. It's money, revenue, an exchangeable medium to continue your journey. Your ship has just come in. It has. So, but this is what we need. We all need to collaborate. So if someone is listening to Lisa Haven, powerful girl, just powerful girl, and then they are heard over on Black Conservative Patriot side or on Clyde Lewis's show, call-ins, or on Quite Frankly, they call in and say, I was listening to over on Lisa Haven's show, and I commented down here, and here's what I commented, and I told everyone I was a silent supporter. That's what they do, and then they bring that back to the rabbit hole. What's going to happen is we give away these little tokens of appreciation, and they have an equivalent par value with this a common currency used globally. It's paper, has green ink on it, and the only value it has is the size of the cannons that it has to support its value. Yeah. So they exchange worthless paper fiat into these little pennies, P-E-N-E-Es, and 100 pennies is a pen, P-N, same as that currency I was referencing, the dollar. So it's par. It's real easy. And you just flip someone a penny, P-E-N-E-E, and they get it instantly. Instantly. Oh, penny? Yeah, a penny. Well, if you're familiar with Medium, I guess I should just go over to Medium. Yeah, show y'all Medium. I got to get rid of this. This is a Trojan on here. Can't get rid of it. Medium. M-E-D-I-U-M. I don't want to go too long here. Medium. .com, I think. Maybe org. There it is. There it is. Medium. See, I'm not a damn genius. I just keep my eyes peeled. And this thing right here is what 120 curious readers, 120 million. They've got about 10 million subscribers that pay this number right here, $5 a month. And you can come in there and you can write anything you want. Get started, and see, come over here and you write something. And then, by the way, Sean, thank you. I'm on Brave now, and I'm going to upgrade. Use your code, Sean, over at SGT. Anyway, fun-wise. And so that is, this is Medium. This is Medium. And what they do is they have a little system, it's called a clap system, and little hands down the corner, and you read something if you like it. Clap. Now the listeners, the people that just drift by, I'm not sure how much weight their logarithm has. They run it through filters, and it divides up. And if he's got 10 million now, I'm sure he does. When I ran the numbers on them, they had about 8 million. That's about 4 or 5 years ago. So they got probably well over 10 million people a month that pay $5 a month. 10 million times $5. What's that? Okay? Getting the picture? Big numbers. 50 million. So they divide that up to the little logarithm of the little clapping thing. Well, hell, no telling how you can Mickey that thing. So what I've done is I've taken this thing, I've taken this thing right here, Medium, and we've cut out the logarithm. There is no logarithm. It is peer-to-peer. But boom, straight to you. I mean, no no logarithm to decide on. If you've got value, then the audience is going to see that value, and they're going to give you a penny, nickel, dime, quarter, and you don't have to worry about that thing. This damn thing is a brilliant idea. I mean, it is hot. Let me show you who I follow real quickly, and I'm talking to you. Now, when, like this right here, I'm Tori. Tori shot me many texts, on that Twitter thing, but I can't seem to connect. And I understand that, my God, I don't come across as sane, but I'm here to help, and help in a big way. She's powerful. Tori is powerful. You need to come over here. And she knows what time it is, and she teaches well, and she's very much to the point. I like Tori a whole lot. Tori, get a hold of me. Amazing Polly. Amazing. That's a perfect way to describe her. I'm cutting this video, and this is my time. This is my time that I do this kind of with my influencers. This is where I get my intel. I wish I could, I do the little super chats and all that stuff, and like I did quite frankly, and all that. But how boring that is to do that. It takes you away from the show. So if I'm watching later on tonight, if I'm watching It's Your Funeral, or any of her stuff, or any of y'all's stuff, I have to stop and go over to Patreon, or I know you can do that monthly, but Patreon takes a big old chunk, and then or I have to go over to the super chat thing and then fill out some crap, and the whole time I forgot what I was going to tip about. And there I am. And you got to go through all that stuff. Our platform, you're sitting there, you're listening to something. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. No procrastination. I'll do the teaching these people how to show appreciation. You don't have to do shit. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Because you're the meat on the bone. You're going to be the professors, the teachers in this little school. And the school is, I'm teaching people how to give stuff away and support rather than sitting on their dead ass, not giving a fair exchange of value. And also the spiritual axiom that they will raise their frequency. Here we go. Raise their frequency by showing appreciation when they gain value. That's how Solomon became, they say, the richest person in the world. It wasn't because he had a whole bunch of coins. It was because his value. Okay. Anyway, they could be sitting there listening to anybody and then pick up their phone, go to the app, boom, Amazing Polly, penny, nickel, dime, quarter. Now, if you look at views here, a dime, that's $1,200. Do the math. You can get over some of these others here, and it's off the hook. Leak Project, Rex Bear, good friend, been up there, broke bread, and done everything else. Rex is a hell of a teacher. Now, he will go into hollow earth, and he will, no flat earth crap. I hope it didn't offend anybody. It doesn't matter. Earth, to me, is not flat. So, great teacher. And he knows a lot of folks, which can reach out. If you have other hosts that's been on, listen. Just as the person who's listening to this might not be designed for, because this is not designed for the general public. This is the only way I can reach you, is put this up and do the little @ thing again on Twitter and send it out and shoot you emails and private messages. Nobody ever gets off and does anything. I'm here to help. And it's free. It doesn't cost you a damn thing. I need you to keep on doing what you're doing. I'm going to teach people how and to absorb this so that they will accept what's going on, not wake up. Hell, everybody wakes up in the morning. They got to start accepting it, and they have to give a fair exchange of value rather than sit on the couch while y'all are spending all of y'all's energy to put this stuff out. And the majority of the people would love to be able to participate but can't because they're financially and strapped, and they can do $5-10. They can divide that up into pennies, and they're in. And if they tell someone else, just like I'm telling you, influencers, everybody that you find that starts this tipping thing, there's a big tips in it for you to do that. Now, what is that? One of them MLM deals? Let me tell you something about that right now. Exponential growth is the most powerful tool to dominate anything. It will eat. It's a voracious eater. It will eat everything, even its own children. An MLM, exponential growth. However, and we live in one, by the way, and that's why it's blowing up all across the whole damn world. It's an MLM. They fractionalize our money 10 times originally, and they put drawer cash in the drawer, and they fractionalize it out, and that's not real money. And then they take that, someone uses that money, they borrow that digits, and they go to their bank, deposit those digits, and every time that shit moves from hand to hand, it's throwing more money in the money supply, and that's your MLM. And so the people at the top are going to take the skim just like they do at these big MLM deals. However, the ambient told me how to cause that dynamic, because no one's going to come learn unless there's something in it for them. I've figured this out. The ambient, I'm a co-creator in this. I'm grateful for it. Is that it doesn't matter, because the feds and them, they'll all say, Rex is going to get upset because I'm coming down so much about this. But listen, bottom line is this, is that we exchange value peer to peer. It costs you nothing. And if you run the numbers, this is Leak Project, wonderful guy. Let me go through a few more of these here real quick. Black conservative patriot, love him. He is really, really, really stepping out with some great content. And I saw y'all are floating around already. Y'all know each other, because I saw Brian here, a black conservative patriot, over on Franklin's call, and I've seen y'all starting to commingle. I love it. That's an Essene mirror. What, Greg Hunter. If you haven't ever listened to Greg, go over and listen. That gives you kind of he used to be CBS reporter, a great guy, and some good content. And so these are people that I listen to. Chris Ann Hall. She's a constitutional attorney, for God's sake, and we can have her in this family of collaborators. Because when someone says, well, over on Chrissy Ann, I heard the other day, they might be saying it on a comment on Sean's show, or on Quite Frankly, or comments on any of y'all, someone else sees it. Well, the source, it's going to be a chain of Chrissy Ann would receive a token of appreciation for her content being shared on on someone else's platform. That way we don't have competition. There is a pool that will, anytime your content is mentioned on one of our other members, you're going to be in the revenue line, or in the rewards line, or the gift line, or whatever you want to call it, the energy line. It's a beautiful thing. And you don't have to hold back anymore. And I've noticed that there's people starting to mention, other influencers, and how to get a hold of them. And I know Sean does that at the end of all of his shows. This is Lisa Havens. Also, what I want to tell everybody is that what I want to try to teach everybody is most all of y'all have a website. And so I want to start teaching people is to go to the damn website rather than YouTube. Or let that be your backfire line, and get in the habit of, hell, it's just as easy to get some bookmarks and go to these right here, or any other influencers that you may have. Bring them to the community here, and we'll look at those too, because all these influencers, all of y'all are having different shows at different times. I can't be on all of them. I listen to it all day long and try to catch up. But if someone was watching, here's Frank. If someone was also viewing these as well, there's those nuggets of value. I got that domain today. There's these nuggets of value that are pulled out of the middle of a show. Clyde have someone call in. John will call in from San Diego or somewhere. If John, this guy that calls in a lot on Clyde shows, and y'all all have regulars, those people have damn value. And if they were to say something profound, and we bring that out on our site, the Rabbit Hole Herald, on a community call, and then they say that they heard it over here, and all those people will be receiving a token of appreciation. And you see how this works? Do you see how this works? It's mind blowing. Of how well it does work. And people like Frank have got outlets all over the place that that they broadcast on different platforms. I don't want in the platform thing. I'm gonna have a little show, but I'm gonna be sitting in a recliner over there with its new little equipment and all this stuff, and doing my own deal, which is way out there in left field. But I study y'all constantly, and because they're and we all get on the same page when something really serious comes down across the board. We could woof woof, and the rabbit hole would know it as well, and that's going to be a hub of intel. Isn't this powerful stuff, y'all? Isn't this powerful stuff I'm sharing with you? SGT. Well, look. Oh wow, his number went. Yeah, they're ripping him off big time. Yeah, they are, and you don't really get to see. They're after Sean because he hits it hard. Now Sean and Dave of X22, we're all in the same river, but Sean is wanting indictments right now, and let's string them up. And then Dave has got the plan, the whole deal. And so I'm sitting here watching everything, but we're all in the same river and we're headed the same way. And unless there's something like the Silent Supporters Society and the Rabbit Hole Herald where we could all commingle together and get value, when your name's mentioned, you're in the line. And it's just a penny, but a penny's no skin off anybody's nose. What if it was 10 cents for this video right here? Okay. 10 cents, that's $3,500. 10 cents, that would be 120, 10 cents, 13,000. And you wonder how these people are making money at Twitter and all these things. It's ungodly. And this is peer-to-peer, people. Peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer in small amounts, and every single one of these gifts is accompanied by a statement that says, I'm giving this to you from the goodness of my own heart, expecting nothing in return, which means it's not income. So, if you're not up with suspicious observers, you need to be, people. Dave knows what time it is. We got a lot of days. Dave did a show last year that, oh, here it is. There it is, right there. Serendipity. Seen Mira. I was just, this right here, you think we got problems. This could be a real issue, and it's cyclical. Dave X22, powerful guy. He gets good numbers, and hell, if he just did a penny right here, it's $1,100. Off the views. Doesn't cost y'all anything to hook up. Just keep doing what you're doing. You teach. I am so impressed with Spiro. Just slap silly impressed with Spiro. Can't get a hold of anybody. Can't get a hold of y'all until you want to help. Can't get a hold of y'all. Get a hold of me, for God's sake. I don't know how, but let's talk. True Stream Media. Eric and Melissa Dykes. That's their name. I was going to go to Austin and see their deal of that great movie that they did right here, The Minds of Men. Y'all got to come over here and listen to this. 2.6 million views. If they just got a damn dime, they'd be in tall cotton. That's what we want to do. And anybody that calls in and comments, there could be someone that just got hooked up with us, and they make a comment on the rabbit hole, and it's a comment that the majority of everybody was wanting a rational way to look at it, and they make that down to earth little comment, and that damn thing gets 10 cents or even a nickel from 100,000 people, $5,000 or whatever that'd be, or 2,500. That changes those people's lives, folks. A CPA told me, said, Randy, you have just created the first ever he's seen of a wealth redistribution system based on a fair exchange of value, and the bottom line is you've got to work. See, these MLMs, they think they're John B. Wells. Just up there in Dallas, John B. did a killer show Saturday night, October the 3rd. See if that's it. It was a killer show. I believe it is. Need to listen to that. Great show. John B's no DJ. He's up there in Dallas. So that's kind of how it works, folks. I'm here to help, and doesn't cost a single thing to join. Just keep on teaching. You would need to join, and so that when the tips started flowing, you'd have you would have a way to receive those, and they're instant. Okay, they're instant, peer to peer, instantly. There is no middleman, and then you can come out in various ways in crypto, in or out in crypto, in or out in in with worthless paper fiat, and then out and go through UPAM over in Utah. Great outfit. Or anywhere. You can come out and go any way that you want. I wouldn't, you have to come out with some of the worthless paper fiat again, but we got problems. Another thing I want to share is that obviously researchers will do great. You can be posting things on the rabbit hole that even our influencers right here would be picking up from you and putting it on their things, and then you're in the tip line. You're in the value chain, if you will. Also, minds. Let me tell you why I'm into this. Is that we get 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, or as many as medium. There's no reason why medium people won't come over. There is no guessing. There is no logarithm. So a lot of opportunity here. Is that minds is what I'm after. 1 million plus mind movement, so that when something happens like that deal where they're trying to take away Second Amendment, whatever, the water rights, whatever, anything, queer, people, transgenders, and all that stuff teaching at the library for 8-year-old kids. I don't think anybody in their right mind would consider that to be healthy. When something like that happens, and we have other members that bring it to our community, to the rabbit hole, and voice that and say that what we need is about 12,000 US to get banners and flags and this, that, and the other. We bring that to the rabbit hole, and within one instant, within one twinkling of an eye, that fire's put out. What have we just done? We've become a collective George Soros using our head. We're using all their tools. We can post anywhere. You can post your demonetized YouTubes. We can remonetize them, Sean. We will just know that the way that we give you support is through, when they're viewing it on YouTube, if they don't have BitChute and the others, is to go to the phone and do a direct tip, for God's sake. Every single one of you. That's what I'm going to teach them to do. I take nothing from this, unless on my little show or that someone gains value, then they can tip me. It's been my honor to be custodian of this, and this is going long, but it's the best hour that you will, if you grasp what I'm saying. This is but phase 1 of this overall vision, and I will say this, is there's going to be a lot of people in this, especially you influencers. If you run the numbers, if just 1/10, or goodness sake, if half your, let's just say 25% conservatively, because they're going to be coming over because they're greedy. They're going to see the shiny carrot, and all they got to do is, I'll tell them, if you got a camera, take a good picture, put it on the rabbit hole, and you might get a tip. What's on a bad day and you're really bummed out, and someone posts a picture of a puppy, a dog, a scenery, whatever that makes you smile. Is that worth a damn penny? It changes your mood? I think so, and it might change the mood of about 1 million other people. See what I'm saying? So, a wonderful thing. You now know the truth about me, and I have a very interesting story that maybe one day I'll share with you. It damn sure requires a book, and that's another thing that I want to do. It kind of like the phase 2 thing, is that there'll be a lot of energy, a lot of value that's exchanged, a lot of coffers will be raised, and a lot of people have a lot of great ideas. And they have these things, kind of giving stuff away, they kind of have these things like GoFundMe and various things. And you could even have something called like Go Support Me. Couldn't you? Let's get some traction here and go play. It's a lot better. Smiling is good therapy. I'd much rather use joy and abundance and positivity like Yellowhead does than it would be this other stuff. That's draining. That's stealing your energy, and that's exactly what they want to do. Where attention goes, energy flows. That's the seed of manifestation, but you have to utilize the triggers that have been worked for a long time with Aunt Schmel used. And all I've done is what he also told his 5 sons, is go out and find me something that we can give to the minions that they desperately want that will help our agenda without them knowing it, and we can win any battle, especially when someone tries to take it away. They're trying to take away austerity things that was given unjustly, a very terrible exchange of value. And taking away is where we're getting all this. However, you win by the fear of missing out. Greed, fear of missing out. It will trump. It will overcome. It will trump the fear that these people have on anything. This catastrophe they got now, or when they turn the lights off real soon. Wink. Might get some candles. You might want to get some candles because they ain't finished yet. But we have a dream, and let's just exercise it. Okay, this is Ramblin' Randy, and hopefully you've hung in here, and hopefully you influencers will get a hold of me. And very easy to remember, Ramblin' Randy's Radio at gmail.com. Ramblin' Randy's Radio at gmail.com, or over there on Twitter, or what have you. So I'll leave you with this. Once a person who has been honestly mistaken all of their life learns the truth, they either cease to be mistaken or they cease to be honest. What say you? Go out, create a wonder-filled day. It is by choice. Smile at a stranger, and I will catch you on the flip side. Ramblin' Randy. We down.